As a freelancer, I'm highly affected by this new 12% VAT regulation in the Philippines. Starting June 1, we'll be paying extra for the foreign tools we use every day. Tools like Canva, Notion, Zoom, ChatGPT, Google Workspace, and even Netflix. Yep, if it's a digital service and it's built from abroad, chances are it's now covered under this new VAT rule. In this video, I'll explain what this means for freelancers, content creators, SaaS users, and even small business owners in the Philippines, and what actions you should take next. So here's the rollout timeline. January 16, BIR released, or Bureau of Internal Revenue released the implementing rules. February 1, the online registration portal opens. April 2, all non-resident digital providers must be registered. And June 1, the 12% VAT officially kicks in. I think I've already experienced last May 1, Google already billed me higher than what it is billing me. So I'm not sure if it already kicked in, but it says here that June 1 is the effectivity date. So it applies to non-resident digital platforms selling to PH consumers. So what counts as a digital service? Online search engines, Yahoo, Google. Cloud services, Google Workspace, OneDrive, Apple. Online ads and media, digital marketplaces like Fiverr, subscription services like ChatGPT, Notion. So in short, if it's digital and delivered online, it's likely taxed. So who's exempt? Not everything's taxable. So exemptions include online education from DepEd, CHED, or TESTA, accredited institutions. Subscription services used by public education, services from banks and financial institutions, even if done digitally. Okay, so these are the exempted institutions from the 12% VAT. Okay, so reverse charge for B2B. For business to business transactions, the reverse charge applies. That means the Philippine based business receiving the service is responsible for reporting and paying the VAT and not the foreign provider. Or reverse charge. So buyer reports VAT. So this applies to B2B or business to business transactions only. Okay. Now for VAT registration and compliance, foreign providers must register on BIR's simplified portal, so no need for a fiscal rep. But you can appoint a local firm to handle notices, record keeping, and filing returns. So no registration, there's a risk of takedown orders. So you should register. Okay, so invoicing and thresholds. Every sale must include a digital invoice showing date, description, buyer ID, and total amount including VAT. So providers must register if they earn over 3 million pesos annually, or roughly that's $59,000, right? So online marketplaces are now liable for VAT on transactions by non-resident sellers if the seller uses their platform to reach Philippine consumers. So if you're selling into PH, the marketplace may handle that. Okay, so why these matters? Because this move is expected to generate over 102 billion pesos from 2025 to 2029. It also levels the playing field for local businesses who've been long paying VAT. So these are the other countries doing the same. So the Philippines joins over 30 plus countries like Australia, Indonesia, and India who already tax digital services. So it's part of a global shift in how digital revenue is taxed. So these are the Asia Pacific VAT on digital services. So there, Australia 10%. There's also a threshold. And you can see all the countries here that's doing the same, right? These change will definitely impact us freelancers because almost all our tools and subscriptions like Canva, Notion, ChatGPT, CapCut, Google Workspace come from online platforms based abroad. So that's extra 12%. It adds up. So if you're using these tools to run your freelance business, Now's the time to revisit your budget, check your invoices, and be aware of any price increases starting June. Hit like if this helped, and subscribe for more updates on freelance and digital trends. And let me know in the comments which online tool do you use the most. And are you ready for the VAT add-on? Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!